Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We may be a little late to the game, but that doesn't mean we didn't bring our A game tonight to review one of the latest releases compared to bottles requested by you. That's right. It's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923. We've finally gotten our grubby little paws on one here. No, they have not released in the state of PA. So, big shout out to my buddy Brandon who snagged one of these for me out of state. I believe in New Jersey. So go figure. Not everything's dirty in Jersey. I put out a little poll and said, what do you guys want to see me compare this to? A lot of you spoke up and you said, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C920. Ding ding, we got one of those. You said Stag Jr. Got one of them. Some people said Russell's 13. Got one of them. I don't think anyone voted for Jack Daniel Barrel Proof, but I did. Store picks, that's in here. And then somebody, an astute, longtime supporter of the channel, O'Sheen Hayes, said, Bourbon Bill, I know you got one of those 2020 limited edition Knob Creek 12 cash strings floating around. Throw that in there. So I had to cut off my limit here at 6, lest I pass out on the floor after filming this. So we're going to go over, so this is blind. My wife Rita lovingly and willfully poured all of these for me tonight. So these are all going to be blind, and then I'll rank them, guess what they are. I'll try to do it quick, because I know these long form videos get a little long sometimes. And then we'll just go back and discuss C923 as a whole. Hope that's all right with you. Everyone else has kind of done just the generic review of it, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. But for those that haven't seen a generic review, because you know Bourbon Bill is the place to go for all your news, the latest release from Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, the second iteration after losing the 12-year age statement, comes in at 13 years and 7 months old. Hallelujah. High age, that's what we like to see. And not only that, but 133 proof, compute 66.5% alcohol by volume. So the proof is back up there. I don't think we've had anything this high since 2020. So that's great. And the age is obviously great. All things point to success here. Price on this bad boy, $69.99 or 70 doll hairs a bottle is still roughly the MSRP. So, I can't honestly think of a better value anymore. 70 doll hairs, over 13 and a half years old and 133 proof. I will wait to hear what other bourbons fall into that category. Available today. There isn't any, that's right. So, actual true comparison's tough to find. So, it's in here somewhere. We are lucky to have Rita down here with us tonight. It's exactly what she wanted to do with her Thursday night. Trust me on that. Alright, the first one in the clear. Guess what? Dark in color, like we like to see. All of these are going to be pretty dang dark in color. So, gosh, doesn't that smell heavenly? Oh, man. Oh. I'm getting a lot of oak, which I would expect. Kind of a red fruit note. A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of chocolate. But just a nice dusty oak scent. Let's take a sip. Oh my God. Oh, that's delicious. Peak perfection of well-aged oak, caramels. A little bit of like a chocolate note in there. There's a little bit of red fruit mix in there too. It's like a sweet dusty oak. Faintest hint of nuttiness. Could that be an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? My guess is that could be either the ECBP C920 or the C923. But That's in first place right now. And delicious. That's 100% a buy. For anything up here, any of the prices of these cost. In the gold. Gosh, also kind of smells like... Oh, they're all going to smell like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This one's got a little bit more rye spice coming through. Tad bit fruitier. Still a lot of caramel. The oak's dialed back a little bit here, though. Yeah, it's a little bit sweeter, fruitier on the nose, less oak. Let's take a sip. Oh, that's very good. Not as good as the clear glass. It's got a little bit of, what's that? Cherry cola coming through. That one's going to be probably the Stag Junior is my guess. I forget what batch I put in this. 131 proof with no junior anymore. That's probably my 18, my Stag 18. Yes, Rita. Yes, Rita. She's raising her hand over here, everybody. Yes.
Can you hear me eating the popcorn?
Yes, we can hear you eating the popcorn. All of our viewers will hear you chomping. Alright, well, clear glass is still in first place. I believe the gold is Stag Junior. If that's the case, fell a little short, old Staggy. Alright, in the black, Glencairn. Oh.
Wait, what number are you on?
The black.
But like the lineup number?
3. You didn't write down the colors of the glasses. You wrote them down in number. Wait, I was gonna mix them. You wrote down the order.
I did.
They're colored for a reason.
Shut up.
Good Lord! I hope someone took a picture. God, this is already off the rails. God, this smells delicious. A lot of oak here. Kind of a little bit drier. Less fruit. Let's take a sip. Oh my God. What a thick, delicious mouthfeel. Heavy oak, heavy brown sugar. Caramel. This tastes like Knob Creek. I'm going to guess this is a Knob Creek 12 cask strength. This is up there with the clear glass. I got to say, a little less hot for sure. Way thicker on the mouthfeel, like motor oil. And I'm a sucker for the Knob Creek profile. So the black glass here is in the second spot. And we'll compare that to the number 1 when we go back through, but they're up there. They're neck and neck right now for me. All right, glass number 4, the green. Let's give it a nosing. Now this smells like straight Werther's Originals, all caramel here. God, what could that be? It's got a little bit of nuttiness to it. All caramel, all nut. Caramel nut. Let's take a sip. That's what I got on the palate there. Kind of nutty, very caramely. There's like a good, like, we'll say like nut brittle thing going on. The oak comes in at the back end, but it's not a good sweet oak. I almost want to say, though, it is like an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof profile. Definitely not my favorite, though, of the evening, I gotta say. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say which one that is exactly. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Glass number 5, because that's how Rita wrote them down. But the red for all you viewers here.
I did it.
Good Lord, that smells heavenly. That's going to be one of the top 3, I bet, if the palate follows the nose. Oh, man. This is all like char, just barrel char. The oak's here, but it's not like a super well-aged oak. There's a hint of like real dark fruits in here. Man, that smells delicious. Let's take a sip. What a glass of perfection. Just well-aged oak, well-integrated fruit, caramels. The whole gambit is here. Perfectly integrated. Sounds a lot and tastes a lot like Russell's Reserve 13. That would also be one of the top ones tonight. Last but not least, the Blue Glencairn. Let's give it a nosing. Well, process of elimination and my trained nostrils detect banana. Banana, just tons of barrel char, baby. God, what it gotta be the Jack Daniels, but what a delicious nose. Let's take a sip. That store pick of JD came to play. I mean, that's up there too. All right, give me a second off camera here to kind of go back through and rank these, and then my guesses are pretty well locked in. I think I 100% nailed this. By the way, that's my guess. All right, and we're back with my rankings, guesses, and Rita will read the results. So in last place is the green Glencairn. It just didn't bring, had like a weird, like almost like salty oak type of note that I just didn't love it. So Rita, what was that tonight?
ECBP C920.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C920, dead last tonight in this. Now, all of you 2020 fans, go weep in the corner. That, I mean, it's not gone bad, but it is not as good. That was an easy last. Everything else, you know, there was a few tail enders and there was a couple top enders, but this was dead last to me. 132.8, almost 133 proof. 12-year-old age statement. Used to be my favorite, but has fallen off. In fifth place is the gold. And I think it was Stag Jr. Thank you, Rita, for interrupting. It was Stag Jr. So all you Buffalo Trace fanboys out there, it is not the end-all, be-all. It is very good, and obviously if you get it for MSRP of $50-$60, snag it. It's delicious. That was batch 18, by the way. I don't have any newer ones. Didn't come to PA, didn't win the lottery for them. We know, whatever. If a viewer happens to have an extra bottle of a newer one, send it my way. All right, in fourth place, I think it's my Jack Daniel's store pick. That would be the Blue Glass. Rita, what was that?
Ding, ding,
ding. Ding, another win for Bourbon Building Night.
ding. Shop, babe.
That store pick JD is fantastic. Just side note though, it is older and darker than shelf bottles. So if you have a shelf bottle at home, you're like, this guy's an idiot. It's not that good. That store pick is special. I knew it wouldn't place last. So that was fourth place. All right. Now, 1 through 3, very tough for me. Very tough. Different day, I might start swapping here. Third place was black. Rita, what was black?
What did you think it was?
I thought black was Knob Creek 12 cash strength.
You doing it again?
Dang! We gonna clean sweep it tonight? That was Knob Creek 12 cash strength special release from 2020. This arguably had the best finish. I am a sucker for the Knob Creek profile. This one was 124.3, the thickest mouthfeel out of the bunch. So if mouthfeel is your game, this is your dame. All right, second place is the clear glass. And Rita, I believe that is our new challenger, C923.
Yep.
Dang, I nailed it right from the start. That is the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C923, which means our winner in red would be Russell's Reserve 13. This is batch 5. So listen, MSRP on this bottle is $150 hairs. Okay, if you're lucky enough to find it for that. Russell's Reserve 13. That $70 bottle of C923 nearly beat this. Nearly beat it. This just had a perfect integration of oak and fruit, and the complexity was off the charts. Not as hot, coming in at 114.8. But there you go. What a hitter C923 is. So, now that we know the ranking, C923 is definitely making the top 10 bourbons of Bourbon Bill's year in review. Perfect amount of oak, and it's like sweet old oak, like we said, comes through in the palate. It's delicious. If you don't like a well-aged oaky bourbon, though, you stay away. This ain't for you. This is delicious. But compared to the C920, which I know is what a lot of people really asked about, C920's got a little more of like a vanilla note going on, and like a it's bringing less oak. It's just all like caramel vanilla. Oak integration on this one is like, it's kind of almost like a stale oak, you know? It's not a vibrant, well-aged oak, which we're getting in this one. And that bottle's still half full. And I know it's been 3 years since that bottle was produced, but it's not as good. If you love C920, I think you're going to prefer the C923, to be honest. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Bourbon Bill guarantees C923 is probably the best thing since Bourbon Bill is going to go out here and guarantee that C923 is absolutely the best thing they have produced since 2020. Okay, I have not tried B520 or A120 or anything older than that, but this is better than C920 for me by a good bit. They weren't that close, and as you saw in the blind tonight. So this is a buy, A++++ rating from Bourbon Bill. This is an absolute buy, and it's a backup if you can. For sure. What a hitter. I have a feeling that this was kind of a gem with how bad Elijah Craig messed up B523, even though I kind of liked it. You know, lower age statement. I fear that going forward into 2024, we're going to see like 2 low ages and like maybe 1 high age a year now. But this is where it's at, and this is what they should produce every time. So if you like what you saw tonight, please like, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button, everyone. We have now launched our Patreon channel, so if you want to support us in that way, go ahead and click on that link below and join the Patreon community. And if you support in, you know, samples or bottles and other ways, you know, that's support enough for me. Don't feel obligated, but for those that would like to, it is below. So have a good night, everyone.